All right, it's March 18th, 2017. I'm going to show everyone a little something, if I can find my mallet. There it is. Okay, so tools required. You're going to need a socket set, obviously. So you're going to need a mallet, because on your DAKA KDV, whether it's a 2596 or if it's the wider model, it's the same thing. You basically, I have both of them. This is a 2596. You're going to basically need to pound these in, and you can adjust these, whatever direction. But these fit in very tight, so you're going to need one of these mallets. The other thing is, okay, I want to show you how the cable. So the cable is already. You don't need to feed any cable in these posts. The cable's already in there for you. And if you do happen to make a mistake where you pull this cable all the way to the end, this little thing here will not bend. The DAKA did a good job here. They hardened these so they will not go through. I know because I've tested it. Okay, so these are wide enough where they will not. These are not made to bend. So if you look down on the bottom, you need to, when you do the cable, you need to do the bottom first. So let me show you the bottom. And again, that will not bend and not go through that hole. You see there's a hole there, there's a hole on the bottom as well for that one on the bottom. So that's the nice thing, is DAKA's really thought that through. And if you're confused which cable's for what, just look at the pulley. You can look inside here, the pulley's going this way. So you know that you can trace that all the way over here. And where does it go? Well, it's not this one, because that pulley goes that way, so it's got to be the bottom one. Got to be the one on the bottom. So that's really simple to trace. But you got to do the bottom first. You got to connect the bottom first. And basically, I can show you how this looks like. There's basically a spacer, there's a nut and a washer, and then there's a spacer, and then that hooks over the top of or just in front of the spacer. So then when you tighten this together, that spacer bends and takes shape of this loop. And that's basically all the spacer does. Now, if you ever have issues with the cable being too short, simply just take this and lift this up. Lift this part up. And you shouldn't have an issue with the cable being short. These up here are all double nutted because there's nothing tightening. There's nothing tight on the bottom here. So you need to make sure that these are double nutted on top, as these will slip. We haven't gotten that far yet to leveling this, but I just wanted to show you. The other thing is, unless you have an extended socket, you're going to need to raise this whole thing up by simply loosening every corner. Every post has got one of these. Loosen this up, raise it up, and tighten them, because what's going to happen if you just have a standard socket, you're going to hit the ground here. You don't have enough room, and you're going to hit this beam up above. So you either got to have an extended socket or maybe a wrench that comes out this way. Otherwise, yeah, you're going to hit the ground. But it's really simple just to raise it up and down. It's not a big deal. So that's a key thing. And the other thing is this whole inside frame. So, this is the outside frame, the structure, and here's the part that actually lifts up and down, the inside frame. Make sure these are right side up. Can't tell you how important that is. Put this upside down, that will delay some of the time it will take to put this together. And then the other thing is that both of these, this side and then this side. Now this is the side that you're going to drive over as you come through the lift. As you can see that there's these, prevent you from accessing it from that side. So the two sides that you're driving over with the boat, these nuts and all four corners are going to come already on this piece. You got to take this nut off And then you can see this is welded on to this. So this is all one piece here. And then that nut is actually screwed onto this. You just take the nut off, stick that in and tighten that down. And then you put the rest of them through. Those come in a separate bag. But that actually comes in as part of the piece, not as a nut and bolt. And again, as long as you don't put anything upside down, it should go fine. And then for the winch, the only tricky thing I had with the winch is basically when you take this little piece off here, and you can watch the video that they have, this will fly off, so be careful of that. It's just a little tiny piece. And then over on the other side here, when you bend this, you're going to need 2 people. Yeah, take a pliers, as it says, and pinch this. But also, there's a square hole here. You're going to need another person to push on this while you take this and squeeze this and screw that on. So just be aware of those things, and this should go smooth.